Ahoy Captains, it's Vaz again with another video from World of Warships Legends. And today we have a Let's Play video for you. We're in the Blyskawica. This is the Tier 6 Premium Pan-European Destroyer. This is the B version. I think this is one of the very first Black version ships. And we're in the map Fault Line in a game of domination. Really wanted to get this video out to you guys before this update finished. This was the September 2024 update. And that's because the Blyskawica and the B version, they both got buffs. Pretty big buffs, too. Some interesting ones. So we're going to talk about those buffs. We're going to talk about how the ship performed before the buffs, and how it kind of performs after the buffs. And we're going to talk about this match, of course. Especially at the beginning, there's a bit of a pointer there to take note of. It's a small bit of advice I can drop on y'all. And despite the rough start, we put up some decent numbers in this match, and even pulled out a Kraken. So lots to look forward to in this video. So this match is actually not from this update. Instead, it took place pre-buff. I already liked this ship before the buff, and I like it even more now. So yeah, we got a big list of stuff to talk about. First thing I want to get out of the way is how much I hate this map Fault Line. It's my most hated map in the game. But thank God we're playing domination mode, because capture the base mode is a train wreck on this map. Within the first 3 minutes of one of those matches, there's a destroyer in your base. You've been sailing forward for those 3 minutes. And now you gotta turn around, go all the way back. You haven't even seen an enemy yet. And it's another 3 minutes to get back to your base. And then you don't get back in time and the match ends. It's just a giant waste of time. So yeah, it's stupid and I hate it. Speaking of things I hate, I really hate it when my spawn mates abandon me. Instead of accompanying me to the cap and giving me some cover, providing me some cover, whatever the hell you want to say. I'm starting to get really pissed off now. This match was from last December. Oh my god, watching this back is giving me PTSD. Okay. So, yeah, my spawn mates abandoned me. Fucking hell. And now we're face to face with a friggin' Duca d'Asta. As soon as this thing sees me, he can almost death strike me, I think. Blyskawica has some pretty decent hit points, though. And I think with our build here, we've got some added hit points. So we're going to be a little bit tougher to take down. But if that Duca has sap equipped, oh boy, watch out. But we're with tier 5s in this match, so you can't really expect much. It's just the way things are. You can unlock a tier 5 tech tree chip within your first week. At that point, you might not even know the difference between HE and AP because of how terribly of a job these freaking devs do at teaching people their game. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're actually going to talk about what to do in this situation. What do you do when your potato spawn mates leave you and you're going up against your counter class? Well, you gotta hope that he's also a potato. And no disrespect to this Duca, but he doesn't really play this as he probably should have. We can see the cap circle there, the C with the red filling up. That we have a little bit of time here. Eventually what we're going to do here is open fire on him and reset those capture points. Get ourselves some defender flags, hell yeah. And if he starts messing us up, we'll just stop shooting our guns and go dark again. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to turn around, set up some torpedoes, and move into a different position and try and reset them again. All the while keeping our distance, staying skinny, making sure we don't give them a nice fat juicy target. Using our terrible rudder. It's probably one of the worst rudders at tier 6 for a destroyer. And if we're running observant rage like I think we are, then that makes our rudder even worse. So here we go, opening up against the Duca again. Completely resetting his capture progress. Hoping that the rest of our teammates aren't potatoes. One of our spawn mates is the first of our teammates to die. And he was a Baron. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I'm not really unleashing anything top secret here or anything. These are kind of the basics when you're up against something that's stronger than you. Or as I call it, your counter class. Well, same thing if you're in a cruiser and the battleship's in the cap. Just keep your distance. Blink and dunk. Stick and move. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. All that good stuff. And just use all the weapons at your disposal. So we got a torpedo on that Duca there. That really took a good chunk of his health. We did have him on fire, and he used his damage con right before that torp hit him, so we didn't get a flood. Our next salvo hit him with a fire, and that's a permafire. And now he's actually in big trouble here. So we can actually move in for the kill. Kill him we did, and that's our first kill of the match. 4 more to go. And you know what? I thought, hey, there's something spotting me here. Maybe there's that DD real close by, and I can go engage him. I'm really feeling it right now. Just outgunned a cruiser. You know what? Our team has 2 caps. Screw the C cap. Let's go do some killing. It's gonna take a second to get over to him, though. So let's talk more about the Blyskawica. ORP Blyskawica, to be precise. The pride of the Polish Navy. The Polish Lightning. Probably one of the hardest names to pronounce in the entire game. Now, looking at the anglicized version of it, if you're just looking at it straight up, it looks like Blyskawica. Blyskawica. Waka waka. But one helpful tip to remember is that you see the L, it's not actually an L, it has a cross through it. And you actually pronounce it like you would a W. Google, it is your friend. So keep that in mind. It's not an L, it's a W. And the WIC, it's not actually WIC, it's TZ, or TZ for you Yankees. And the sound it makes, at least in my mind, rhymes with pizza. So you say Błyskawica. So there you go, apparently the Polish and proper way to say that ship. Personally, I just call it the biscuit. It's so much easier. Now before we lay the smackdown on this boy and his smoke cloud, let's get our commander quickly up on the screen. We're using good old Jersey Swirsky, and he's inspired by Billy Sims and Vincent Mordoff. We're using Observant Rage, Look at Me Now, Twist and Track, Smoke on the Water, and for the legendary squeal, Unstoppable. And there's that dumb bull boy. We're gonna close in on him. His little pea shooters can't match our 7 guns. There's a really good example of a ship that just cannot compete. Poor bastard's only got 4 guns. He can angle all he wants, but eventually, we're gonna get him. It's our second kill of the match. We seamlessly borrow his smoke cloud. It's about to run out though, so we pop our own. Things are happening as our torps are about to reload, and we are surrounded by battleships. One thing I didn't have time to mention is that before we killed that bullboy, there were only 4 enemy ships left. And somehow we pull off the Kraken, so keep on watching. Pretty sure you saw that Ismail slowing down, so for our second torp rack, we did the widespread. And now we just gotta hope this Gnias now doesn't charge at us. Watch out for his torps too. But while we're waiting for the grand finale to this match, let's talk about the buffs this ship received. Arguably the biggest one, although very minor, is that its main battery reload time was reduced from 6.5 seconds to 6 seconds. So instead of having a pretty bad DPM for the tier, it's about mid-pack now, I would say. It did also have one of the better fire starting chances already, and that gets a little bit of a boost with that buff too. And as you saw with my build, using Mordoff and Observant Rage gets my main battery reload time down to 5.4 seconds. With 7 guns, oh boy, now we're talking competitive. When you factor in all the other tools in the tool bag this thing has, you're not going to want to sleep on it when it comes to competitive play. Especially now that it has its other buffs. Its torpedo reload time was reduced by 10 seconds. It was already quick before at 70 seconds, but now it's 60. After the release of the Fin Yang, which only has 1 torp launcher, it's now the 3rd best at the tier. Its torp damage was also increased by a bunch. Instead of being below average, it's now above average. So that's 16,200 now. Another big one, its torp range was increased from a challenging 8 kilometers to now 9.5 kilometers. Puts it in the upper third in that category of the tier. Then easily the largest buff that it received. Its torp speed went from 57 knots to a whopping 69 knots. 57 used to be one of the worst. Now 69, just like the number itself, it's one of the best. Yeah, now its torps are kind of useful, if I do say so myself. Before they were just kind of there. You only had 6 of them, 3 in each rack. But they weren't completely useless. You could still make use of them, like we end up doing in this match. So, with these buffs, practically turn this thing into a bit of a hybrid. As you can see here, we're just pinning these battleships between these islands. It's a bit of a shooting gallery. And we're able to get some torps on that Gneiss now, somehow. 3 of them, in fact. And that was our 4th kill of the match. We are officially on the hunt for the Kraken. We just gotta cross our fingers and hope that one of our teammates doesn't pinch this Byron kill from us. No time to sit back now. We are gonna charge straight full speed ahead. Engine boost is already on. He actually knocked out one of our guns, but who cares? Just keep shooting away. Even if it's only one turret. You can see our destroyer teammate, he is really trying hard to pinch this kill. Like, he's got bills to pay, he's got kids to feed. But that stuff don't matter to him. He wants to pinch this kill more than any other thing he wants to accomplish in this world. I think that was our fire that we had on the Byron. But luckily with our quick reload, we don't leave anything to chance and we finish out the Byron. Kraken unleashed. Ooh boy. There you have it, folks. The pre-buff Kraken and the Blyskawica bee. We finished that match with over 100,000 in damage, the high caliber medal, Kraken Unleashed medal, and a whole lot of defender ribbons. Love me them defender ribbons. All that actually didn't amount to as much XP as I would have thought. Still respectable, 2,500. I'm looking forward to playing more of this ship now that it is buffed. Well, what do you guys think about this ship? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you did enjoy that video. If you could, hit the like button for me. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And as always, take care of yourselves and do what makes you happy.